everyone, so I understand I'm in a slightly different atmosphere, but today I wanted to bring you my review of the Covergirl Aqua Smoothers. And I actually have a foundation, kind of me applying it, so you guys can see before what my skin looks like, and then I get really, really close so you can see after what my skin looks like. So I'll show you now, and then I'll talk about the actual product.
So here's the foundation, and I actually pour mine either onto my hand or on the brush, kind of depends, but either way I try not to contaminate it. What I do is really lather on one side, and I just kind of stripe this across my face, which not a lot of people do. I like to start at the middle, and you guys kind of see how I'm working out. This draws all the attention to my nose, my eyes, my mouth, really the center of my face. And what I do is that I have the foundation on one side, and then I just flip it for where I need more coverage. And I use kind of this stripy motion. So you see there I flip it on the side that has a lot of kind of compact stuff on it, and then I just use the other side to kind of blend it out. And you know, because it's so thick on one side, I can really control where I have that more coverage. And so I'm kind of working from the middle. Of course, contouring my lips there, and you know, that's great for shaping them, but really just working on blending all that in and kind of centering that around my face so that I have a really nice kind of flawless look, whether I'm doing full coverage or something that's just light and simple. This is just shaping the lips. You guys can also cover up the tops of the lips so that way you can reshape them better. So this is just a little bit more blending. As you guys can see, I'm moving away from the inside of the face. I'm also going in with a second layer just to add additional to where I need some more coverage. And then right here, this is a bigger foundation brush that I use to blend this out. And this has nothing on it. It's just a plain foundation brush, one of the larger ones. And after I've applied, I just use this to completely kind of mesh it all in, so it gives me kind of a skin tone texture. So again, we're just kind of working, blending out any of those lines and kind of blending at the hairline, and this just gives us a really kind of airbrush look and skin tone texture so that everything looks natural. So here is the finished product, and as you guys can see, it covers everything pretty well. There's nothing on here except for the foundation. It's dried a little bit, so it's not so wet. You can still kind of see stuff through it, but you know, it's pretty much covered, maybe just a little bit of the texture. That's what it looks like on the nose, on the cheeks. You can still see a little bit through. It's not completely full coverage, but it works. Here's just more of what it looks like in natural light. And of course I powder over this while it's still wet. Reason why I do that is to make it look ultra fabulous, which I will show you pretty soon here. But this is just what it looks like once it has dried without powder. And after the, even before it dries is when I usually go in with powder. But I just wanted to show you kind of the overall look. Also, I have to say this is a lot easier if you have hair on your face. If you wax the hair off, then the foundation won't stick as well, so be careful.
So that's what the skin is like, and again, this is what it is with powder. So my overall review of this, honestly, it's not my favorite foundation ever. I really don't think it would even come close, sorry. Honestly, I really don't care for it all that much, but for drugstore, it's kind of in the top 5. For a drugstore product, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10, which is very high because I'm an extremely harsh critic. For overall foundations, though, I'd only give it about a 4 or a 5. The reason why is because it does cover well. Problem is it's hard to take off. It is semi-waterproof, but it's not waterproof, which is kind of a bummer. It should either be waterproof or water-soluble, but it's neither, so it's kind of in between. It does kind of crease after a while here around my mouth and sometimes underneath my eyes. As you can see, like right now, they're not even, you know, it's not even covering everything perfectly. And you can still see a bit of texture through, although color is pretty evened out. And without powder, this product is not worth it at all. And you guys can use any powder. I was using a MAC kind of pressed one, but you guys can use whatever you want. There's some great drugstore powders. I really like pairing it with the Almay in the big purple jar, and then the Maybelline in the big blue jar. Really descriptive, huh? But that is basically it. Have I noticed this breaking me out? No, I have not. I don't think that it does. That being said, I do take my products off at night, and if I am done with the day before nighttime, then I take them off before that. If I leave them on, I'm sure they'll clog me. But so far they haven't. What else? It's pretty easy to sweat with them. If you sweat, they will not fall off your face, but they will kind of splotch a little bit, so you do have to be careful. I would not recommend it for sweating, but if you have to sweat, it's like, it's not the end of the world. if you guys saw in the video, what's really tough is to actually get that stuff to stick. Like sometimes it won't stick and then the brush will drag it off everywhere else. So that's why I usually like using my fingers, but just for the sake of acne I didn't. So yeah, that is my overall review of the Covergirl Smoothers Aqua Foundation. And if you guys have used it, tell me what you think in the comments below. And if you guys haven't used it and you're thinking of it, tell me what your impressions are. But that's just how it works for me. So I hope that this was informative. I hope that this either helps you buy the product or not buy the product. Whether or not you agree with this review, I hope that you were really educated by it and it kind of helps you to make better decisions for buying in the future. So yeah, that's my review and I will see you all in the very next video. Love you guys. Bye.